everybody. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Random Fandom. My name is Wes R. Scott. I am your host. I am joined once again by my excellent, truly excellent co-host, Andrew Daw.
Yo.
What is up, everybody? I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. For those of you who tuned in to our
Saturday night
Mandalorian coverage on Saturday, thank you for coming along. For those of you who missed out, we moved the show to Saturday to accommodate the holiday weekend,
Easter dinners and whatnots.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're back. It's Tuesday night. A little less random tonight.
A lot happened,
and a little more focused. There was a little convention,
just a little one,
over the weekend across the pond in the UK. Maybe you've heard of Star Wars Celebration.
We're not a Star Wars show, I swear.
Lots of news came out of Star Wars Celebration. I thought while it's still kind of relevant, you've probably seen a lot of the stuff already, but you know what? You haven't heard it from us.
No.
And plus, we're still here to take all of your comments and calls. Fingers crossed. We've tried to troubleshoot the call-in issues
Method.
We've been having. We're back to a hardwired connection. So if you are inclined, you can check us out on WhatsApp. You can find that in the banner on our YouTube channel, and you can find it on our Facebook page. So you can always call us and be part of the show. As always, we want to know what caught your attention this week in terms of pop culture and entertainment news. So do send us the stuff that made you go, whoo, or because we talk about that stuff too. But before we get into anything, it wouldn't be a Random Tuesday without a random trivia question.
No, it would not.
What do you think? What do you got?
I got one for you here. Which band released the album Rumors in 1976?
Oh, I know this one. I can't answer that. I gotta hold on to that. I know this one. This is like one of the.
This is a fairly easy one.
This is up there with like one of the most recognizable records in history, I think.
True.
At least in rock and roll music. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Well,
we got one.
We could play the. I mean, I wish I had some like Jeopardy like music. We could have a little sounder to. I guess I could hum it without getting a copyright strike. Do 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 do. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, close enough.
Hit me with it, man. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, you do. It's Fleetwood Mac.
Of course, it's Fleetwood Mac. How many hit singles on that record?
A ton.
It was let me see. The Google will know. I'm gonna ask it. How many hit singles on Rumors by Fleetwood Mac?
And Google says
Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, and You Make 11 Fun were released as singles, all of which made the top 10. So that's quite that's relatively impressive. That's what I would say. Oh, and of course, because I have a Google Pixel phone, it's actually listening. The Google Assistant is listening to me.
It's always listening.
Oh, the funny things that happen with technology.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Wes and Andy. We're going to sit back and we're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration, the big convention over in London over the weekend. And the first thing I want to say is, please, Lucasfilm, some point in my lifetime, please bring the show to Canada. Please.
Just once.
And if they did,
maybe twice, because they don't want to, go to Vancouver and skip Toronto.
Well, I was going to say Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. I mean, that's pretty much your only options for a huge, massive convention like that one. Yeah. Did you catch any of the coverage?
Not live. No.
Any of the replays?
A little bit.
I tried to, but with life stuff going on right now and us about to embark on a major renovation, I like you was busy trying to comb the headlines over the last couple of days to pull some snippets out that we could talk about. That being said, here let's get this rolling here. I want to. There we go. Highlights from Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. I have some stuff.
Notes.
I do, and I no particular order. I tried to have some flow here, but there's no real order to this. I want to talk a little bit about the movies first.
And there's a lot of them coming.
Well, I'm going to get this out of the way right. I'm going to get this one out of the way right away because I know that this will probably be relieving for most and aggravating for a few. But the short version is Ryan Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is currently not in active development.
Yeah,
Not in active development.
it doesn't mean it won't change in the future, but
No, it doesn't. I
right
mean,
now that means no.
yeah, I mean, this statement came out. Now I can't tell you if this statement came out during Celebration or maybe it came out just
Parallel
before.
to it, or
Yeah. But Kathleen Kennedy says that she talks to Ryan all the time. He's unbelievably busy, so we're not actively involved in anything at the moment because he's doing another one of the Glass Onion movies, which I believe what she meant was the Knives Out films. Knives Out, they're great. Knives Out and the second one, The Glass Onion, both very good.
okay.
And who knows what else? But he really wants to step back into the space. It's a big commitment of time, so it's really on him. So nothing right now. Take that as you will. Do you think that that's a polite way of her saying no, or
It's a good exit for him if
it is
like, no hard feelings, go do what you will.
you could save some face that way? Although the fan community, as Queel would say, have spoken. And I think the overriding consensus there is that not good. But you know what? Any new Star Wars
thing to come into,
it is.
right?
It is. Can you imagine being handed the keys like that and like, okay, go play with the biggest movie franchise? Well, sorry, one of the most popular movie franchises in history.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, don't mess
Don't
it up.
mess it up. Because there's going to be people telling you that you were playing with it wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, let's change gears here for a second. Sticking with movies, this is exciting. For those of you who have never had a chance to, Return of the Jedi is going back into theaters for a limited release.
Now,
along
do
with
we
that,
know which version is going back in?
I asked that.
Or the special edition, or the ultra new Disney tweaked version.
Introspectively, I asked the same question, and I think the safe answer is there is no special edition according to Disney. It is that's what the film is. Um, does that mean that there isn't other versions of that film that exist? Of course it does, and of course there are.
I have VHS copies that prove.
Yeah,
it's called the
exactly,
special
exactly.
edition.
Yeah.
No
I
Mandela here.
I bought them when they came out too. If I was a betting person, I would say you're going to get the
The updated
of
Lucas
course.
version.
That being said, and I asked this, we were talking offline before, and this was a great question. And I posed the question to you guys: is this an opportunity for Lucasfilm to go and tweak it a little bit more and maybe update some of the visuals, for the 21st century audience?
Maybe.
Would you be opposed to that?
At this point, no, because
I'm
the
not.
technology is light years beyond where it was when he tried it.
Absolutely. I
And
think we could go back and smooth over Jabba and turn him into one of those like CGI monstrosities we saw in the Book of Boba Fett. That would look pretty cool. I'd be all right.
it definitely looked better than it did in the New Hope special edition, where they just kind of jammed him in there.
But that makes more sense if you watch the sequence without with the human
the human
actor.
guy present.
Yeah.
But the only problem there is scale, of course, right?
Oh, absolutely, it is.
He's way smaller than he appears in Jedi.
When Han Solo tries to walk behind a man is a lot different in terms of depth than walking behind a big sluggish character.
Because he's literally supposed to step over him.
Yeah.
Step is nowhere near high enough.
Yeah, and there's that moment where the eyes get big. Like, oh, you stepped on my tail. Yeah, Return of the Jedi going back into theaters. New poster going on here. Yeah. And this is from, hold on a second here. This is from Matt Ferguson, who said, I'm so happy and grateful to get to work on these movies again, even more so to be given the freedom to continue what I started with Empire. For that poster, a cold mechanical vibe completely takes over the whole composition. But Return of the Jedi is very much the triumph of Luke and the Rebels. So I wanted to have more of the warmer colors coming back into the art, hence pivoting to green with red accents. The artwork should tell the story. So for me, it only made sense to give over the composition to those two characters. Will Luke be turned? Is Vader going to overcome the darkness? It's all about the pull between good and evil. Snazzy looking poster.
It is.
I like
It's
that.
very nice.
Limited release. Do you think we'll get it locally around here? We live in a pretty small
I
town.
don't know. Maybe.
Our closest theater is that might have it is what 45 minutes away.
Roughly, yeah.
If we're lucky. April 28th, though, you don't have very long to wait. So guys, parents, grandparents, this is a great opportunity to
get that feeling.
get your kids.
There's nothing like it when you're in the dark theater and all of a sudden a long time ago in a
Yeah,
galaxy
absolutely.
far away.
Yeah.
And then the orchestra hits.
Ironically, Return of the Jedi is the only film of the original trilogy that I saw. I don't even know if you can say theatrically. I saw it in a drive-in theater, but
that
it
counts.
is the only one that I saw in its original run in the movies.
I was not old enough to go watch them.
Oh no. I was I don't know how old I was. 83, so I would have been 9. I got smuggled into the drive-in in the back seat of my dad's station wagon under a blanket.
Smuggler's Run.
I was the contraband. But hey, I got a free movie out of it, and it was awesome.
Nice.
It was a double feature. I think it was Return of the Jedi and was it Max Dugan Returns? Old comedy.
Don't recall.
Old comedy. Sticking with movies, let's talk about this. There's an announcement here that we're getting films in the future that are going to touch on all eras of Star Wars. Including one from director James Mangold. James Mangold, by the way, who's directing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, getting a Star Wars movie about the first Jedi ever to wield the Force, set 25,000 years before the events of all the films that we know and like or not like.
So basically, carte blanche.
I don't know.
I
mean,
maybe he'll have the Bendu in it though.
Well, for sure, carte blanche in the sense that I mean, this is a period of Star Wars history that's not been shown on film.
Yeah, and you're not going to have your Skywalkers or your Vaders.
No, because even like the Knights of the Old Republic in the Old Republic era really were only like what 3,000 or 4,000 years before the film. So yeah, there's a huge opportunity here to do something super creative. I can't imagine what it would be like to suddenly be a Force user when you woke up the day before not being. I mean, although I guess Luke Skywalker had the same sort of experience as did all of the Force using heroes, but to be the very, 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 very first person to ever do it, I find that interesting.
It'll be kind of like that opening scene in the original X-Men movie where Magneto just like kind of pulls the fences in.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then we get the Dave Filoni led film that is going to be set in the Mandoverse, which is they're talking that it's going to be essentially the culmination
of all the
live action TV shows. So there's been I've seen some comments this week, over the weekend, that people were saying, "Oh, Jon Favreau lied when he said that there's no sort of plan for the wrap up of the show or the wrap up of the Mandalorian." I don't necessarily think it's a lie. I just think that we knew that this was coming, just like we knew that the Mandalorian. This is another one that came out. This is not related to Celebration. Well, technically it is because they talked about it at the convention that the title, The Mandalorian, no longer refers exclusively to Din Djarin.
Well, there's enough of them.
We knew that, but we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And we knew that over a year ago when
they had said it's not just going to be his show. It's going to continue.
That the show was going to evolve and that at some point it would not look like
what we saw the first season out.
Yeah. And I think that, again, I've said this before, when we got the book of Boba Fett, I think that was an opportunity and maybe a bit of an opportunity missed to soften the blow by just titling the show The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, because now at least you establish that, oh, this is all chapters in the same book. Man, I get it. It's literally called The Book. The Mandalorian is literally divided in chapters. So if
Yeah.
if the whole book analogy is over your head, I'm sorry, but it was there all along.
It has been, yeah.
It was always there. But yeah, just for the people who are, staunch, it's Mando's show and we can just walk around and say this is the way for 40 seasons. But yeah,
At some point.
we could title, for like I said before, we could title subsequent seasons the
Book of
Mandalorian.
Bo-Katan, the book
Right.
of
The Book of
Maz
Grogu.
Vizsla.
Exactly. So yeah. And then the big one here, and I know this is another one that is going to cause a lot of like, oh no, is that Daisy Ridley is coming back to Star Wars as Rey Skywalker, in a film set 15 years after the events of Rise of Skywalker, where she will be attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order.
Hmm.
What do you think of that?
I'm for it.
I'm all for that as well.
Maybe this is probably where Grogu will show up in the future.
Well, there's this talk about the two of them sort of having this connection, whether the two of them will meet. I mean, Grogu is only 52 years old now.
Yeah.
So and we know that his species can live for hundreds and hundreds of years. There's no reason why they can't.
Yeah. Well, unless they do him in Filoni's movie.
Don't break my heart like that.
Because if that's going to
don't ruin it for me.
If that's going to tie up the seasons, it's definitely going to bridge to Force Awakens.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course it is. I'm sure we are going to get even closer to the sequel trilogy by the time we get to.
Because if they're doing this movie 15 years post Rise of Skywalker,
it's
canon. What are you going to do? It's there now.
Well, exactly.
So,
I saw
points on your map. So
I saw a meme today that spoke to that directly. It's like, oh, and by the way, this movie means that they're not going to rewrite the sequels for all you crybabies.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And again, we're actually starting to see. We said it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. We said that the Mandalorian and these new live action shows were going to broaden the context of the story, and they were going to add more, recontextualize the events that we saw in the sequel trilogy the same way that Clone Wars did for the prequels. And that is actively happening before your eyes right now.
But it's not just like the events of there. It's also contributing to the world building and stuff you never thought you needed to know. Like the tribal goings-ons of Tusken Raiders, or
that's right, yeah,
the dating scene of a Jawa.
We get one scene with half a dozen Ugnaughts that does more for the Ugnaught species than any all other appearances combined, which granted wasn't a whole lot besides Queel.
Yeah,
right. But still, exactly as you say, with the world building, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so that's going to be that one is going to be helmed by, now I don't I'm not too familiar with this lady, but Charmine Obaid-Chinoy. She did 2 episodes of Miss Marvel.
Okay.
We liked Miss Marvel. Oh, by the way, did you see the Marvels trailer?
I did see
I posted that this morning. I posted that this morning. I should have posted it to the
Facebook,
to our social media, but I was half asleep when I did it.
That's all good.
Yeah. The first Marvels trailer has come out. I don't know how I feel about that.
I like it. I like it. Instantly, it gives you the explanation as to why they're swapping.
It tells us that she's somehow doing that, but it doesn't tell us why is or hows or.
Well, it shows that they're all connected now.
I guess so, through the bracelet, maybe.
Maybe the light power.
You think it's like Kree tech or something?
Maybe.
Like how they redid Carol's powers to be Kree
centric.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, that's not what we're here to talk about. If you are just joining us, welcome to the show, guys. We are just taking a quick, not so quick, rundown on Star Wars Celebration, sort of some of the highlights and some of the interesting things that kind of came out of the weekend at Star Wars Celebration 2023 in London. And we're just about to move on here to some of the we just touched on the films. I want to move forward and sort of talk about the news items, the big things that came out, like some of the panel stuff. Clearly, this is a Lucasfilm centric thing. It's all Lucasfilm. So I was actually surprised to see Indiana Jones get some attention at all. But yeah, it did. Indiana Jones got some attention.
Yeah, they want it to do good.
Of course, we've got updates for all of our live action shows that are coming on top of the films that we just talked about. So let's get right into that.
I can't help but think the guy directing Indiana Jones,
James Mangold,
his movie is going to hinge on how Indiana Jones does, how it performs.
Oh yeah, it's entirely possible. We've got updates on the Acolyte. There wasn't a whole lot to really, not a whole lot of news on the Acolyte. Just rehashing. There's our cast. We actually talked about this before when was it the D23?
Yeah,
we talked about this. Not a lot of major news has come out of this. Although Jonas Suotamo posted to social media that he has been cast as a Wookiee Jedi Master.
nice.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I don't think we have a release date for this one yet either, do we?
No, not as of yet.
No release date on that. I really can't tell you anything about these actors or the characters that they're playing because there's just
no details.
There really isn't a whole lot going on. This photo, by the way, this is a leaked set shot. I'm not sure if we'll get in trouble for that, but that's what it is. Presumably, that may in fact be the character that Jonas is playing. Jonas, by the way, is the gentleman who is carrying the torch for the late Peter Mayhew. He's been our Chewbacca since Solo. Yeah. All right, let's move on here. What's next? Oh yeah. Let's I'm not going right to that. I'm not jumping right to that. We'll spend all our time talking on that. No, we're not going to go there yet. All right. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about Skeleton Crew. Again, Skeleton Crew, I wasn't too sure where this was going to fit into the whole timeline, but I presume now from what's come out over the weekend that this is another one that is concurrent with the Mandoverse.
Okay.
It's been described as a very Amblin-like or Goonies in Star Wars, and essentially follows these three kids who are basically kind of in a different way, like Andor was trying to show us sort of the effect of the Empire on the everyday person. This is what happens when an everyday person goes on an adventure. Jude Law is confirmed to be playing a Jedi. An unnamed Jedi. We don't know who he is, but we know that he's going to be a Jedi.
Someone that survived the purge.
Yeah. Our young actors, it's and I don't know anything about their characters. Ravi Cabot Conyers, Robert Timothy Smith, and Kiriana Crater. I'm not familiar with these kids' work.
No.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Well, soon enough.
So there we go. What else can we talk about? Let's talk about. Did I skip ahead?
I don't think so.
Did I skip? What did I do?
No. You're on.
Oh, my notes are out of order. That's why. Skeleton. Oh no, they're not. That's okay. I just don't know where I'm looking on the page.
You're just randomly looking.
Right. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny got a new trailer. It's pretty cool. I did do no screenshots for this, by the way. Just to know that there is one out there if you want to go and check it out. If you haven't, do go and check that out. This is James Mangold, the only person other than Steven Spielberg to direct an Indiana Jones film.
Really?
Yeah. Not of course there was the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, but that television series.
That doesn't count though.
No, it doesn't count in this. It does kind of count though, because they do tie in a lot of Indy's past. It's good. It's that show is totally worth rewatching if you haven't seen that either. But yes, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Hank, our third host, who's not here tonight, made a point to tell me that he was very unsettled by the Rolling Stones music at the beginning of the trailer. And we had some fun conversation about that. Indy's, it's in the 1960s, and I think it's that whole, we've seen Indiana Jones sort of wax poetic before about the good old days, or back in the day.
Yeah.
And here he is at this point in his life, and he's got to reconcile, why he, feels the way he does, and is there a place for a guy like him in that period in human history? Well, there's a thing here that's kind of cool talking about that, because just like many of you, I'm sure, I was also surprised to find out that Indiana Jones in 1960 is still fighting Nazis.
God damn, they
Yeah.
just won't go away.
I don't know if this is like, people that survived at Argentina or what it is.
Mm.
But James Mangold has come out and said why, and he says that Nazis are as much a part of the character of Indiana Jones as every other element that we're familiar with. He also says that I think there are a million ways that it's just relevant, even in our world today. Whether they're called one thing or another, these things don't die away, Nazis and Nazism. These groups have different kinds of dreams of order and of the old days and are trying to return to them. So I felt like it was both familiar and relevant. So yeah, Indiana Jones still fighting Nazis.
Well, it's kind of weird because in Crystal Skull, right, like they went full bore with the Russians.
Yeah.
But do you think actual world state maybe is driving this decision?
I think that it would be it would be foolish to think that it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of pop culture, television, and film pulls from sort of the what's happening in the world today and tries to tell a story that makes it relevant within the context of the story that they're trying to tell. First comment coming on here from Red tonight says, I have to be honest, I saw that trailer yesterday in the theater and all I could think is, why won't you just let me die?
Gotta have one more adventure.
And there is a part of that lays at the feet of Harrison Ford, who basically, I mean, what the joke was, I don't know if it was Kimmel or one of the other night shows, they'd asked, who else could be Indiana Jones, and he basically said, no one.
Yeah, he's right.
I'm Indiana Jones. Like, that's it. Will the character die with Harrison Ford?
No.
You don't think so?
Once he's gone, then we will reboot. I think.
How much time do you think will transpire before we get to that?
I don't know. Weeks after he's gone.
So I've always had this, and I thought it was awesome, and it's even more topical and relevant now, given this year's Academy Awards. Why did we never see? Why did we do this whole thing with Mutt? I mean, I get that it was a to reunite him with Marion,
to try and bolster it for the future,
but there's an entire generation of kids that we're short round.
Yeah.
And now with Ki Hoi Kwan enjoying,
and they have said that now is the time to strike.
Absolutely.
Short round.
I don't know
baby?
why you don't. If anybody could carry, well, maybe he can't carry it the same way that.
But he doesn't have to carry it the same way.
No,
he's got the spirit of it.
He can still be connected.
Yeah.
To it, and I think he does deserve some. What happened to. They make references to Marcus Brody after Marcus has gone. They make references to Indy's father and all these characters that have come and gone.
Yeah.
Why not? Why was there no return to Short Round?
Yeah.
Yeah. Always wondered what happened to that kid. All right. So there, we are going to talk a little more Indiana Jones here coming up towards the end of the show, but we're going to get back to, now you did ask for this, and this is just happens to be where it falls. We're going to talk the Ahsoka show.
Nice.
I think that's kind of the thing that everybody's been talking about. Now, I did not use any of the leaked stuff.
Okay.
We got a version of the trailer, and it was not the same version that people at the convention got.
Well, it's convention exclusive.
The convention, that trailer is out there if you look hard enough for it. It is out there. It's not much longer than what we got to see, but you did get to see things like Lars Mikkelsen returning as Grand Admiral Thrawn. You get to see what he's actually going to look like. There's a joke floating around out there that it just looks like Elon Musk in blue face paint.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should start at the top here. Let's dial it back here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
We got our list of directors for the entire series. Directors are going to be Dave Filoni, Steph Green, Jennifer Getzinger, Gita Patel, and Rick Famuyiwa. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I do know that run times are going to be pretty consistent with what we've gotten from The Mandalorian. Let me turn that on. There we go.
I can't see Dave Filoni letting this one get too far away from him.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 directors. If they do them like the seasons of TV
like
that we've gotten so
6-episode
far,
arc or something.
What have we had in The Mandalorian so far?
Mandalorian's 8 this season.
8 this season. So you could be 6. Could be a 6-episode season. Maybe. I hope it's not. But yeah, we got Ray Stevenson as our I presume is our other big bad for the first season, and he's playing a character named Baylor Skull. And then he has an apprentice, and her name is Shin Hati or Hati, played by Ivana Sakno. I'm not familiar with her work. Now, in that trailer, Ahsoka says she makes a very overt line about, Thrawn coming back
being
as heir to the Empire. That's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Presumably, we are getting at least some elements of the original Timothy Zahn trilogy done. I kind of wonder, and I asked Hank, and I suppose I'll ask you guys in the community. Do we think that that Baylor and Shin are basically our Jorah Sabath and Mara Jade characters for this?
Maybe,
possibly,
maybe.
Yeah,
because you never know. Like they misdirect all the time.
Whatever do you mean? What else did we get on this one? We also got a confirmation that in fact, yes, David Tennant will be coming back to voice the character that he voiced for the Clone Wars, Huyang, the ancient Jedi instructor, lightsaber instructor droid, by the way.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool that the Doctor's coming back. One of the cool things we got to see, and I put a little image in there, and it's a blink and you'll miss it moment in the attendee version of the trailer. We got to see Sabine Wren wielding a green lightsaber. Possibly Ezra Bridger's second lightsaber.
Maybe.
She is on Lothal. It looks like she's been hanging out, possibly living in his apartment thing in the tower
hotel.
I guess so. Yeah. We also see her racing down what we think is that same highway from the first couple episodes of Rebels. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, it looks like she slides under the wing of a Legends era E-wing starfighter. And that has me like completely excited. I'm like super stoked. I'm like, oh,
more ships.
There's an E-wing, and that's a cool Legends era ship. It was meant to be the successor to the X-wing. And in some ways it was, in other ways not so much. But yeah, an E-wing in Ahsoka.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there. We get to see the Morgan Elsbeth's coming back, and also the HK droids are coming back.
Nice.
Speaking of HK droids, I bought one this week.
There you go.
So yeah, they're hitting the shelves if you're a Black Series collector.
Get out there and hunt.
Okay, I don't think we covered Volume 1, did we?
Of Visions?
Of Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Why don't I remember that?
Because it was really quick.
It was quick.
We covered all 9 in one or
in one shot or 2 shots.
I believe so.
We're getting another season of Visions. It's another 9 episodes
from another 9 studios.
From another 9 studios, and I had no idea that I needed a claymation style Wookiee until I saw it.
Yes.
I love it. I've got the titles in the studios of all of the episodes. One of them is called, and this is in no particular order. I don't know if this is the air order or how these are going to come out, but we have Journey to the Dark Head by Studio Mir. We have another one. It's called I Am Your Mother by Ardman. Then we have Sith by El Giri Studios. Screecher's Reach by Cartoon Saloon. In the Stars by Punk Robot. Ow's Song by Triggerfish. The Pit by Dart Chatillo and Lucasfilm. And The Spy Dancer by Studio La Cachette. and The Bandits of Golak by 88 Pictures.
Huh.
One of these is I read somewhere is going to be the big return for Wedge Antilles.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea which one. I did watch the trailer. I only watched it once. I'll have to go through it a couple more times, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Some really cool looking CG in there that's looking kind of like Unreal kind of video game looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
More
Visions.
anime type stuff as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Traditional stuff. People don't draw with pens and pencils no more.
They might.
My
We don't have to wait long for it either, though.
No, because that's actually the next thing coming up. That's May.
That's
May
going to be our
4th.
May the 4th.
Yeah, on Star Wars Day itself, you're getting 9 new chapters of Star Wars Visions. Yeah. How much of that's going to get dragged forward into canon going forward?
I don't know. They didn't pull too much from the first one, though.
No.
So who knows?
Well, we'll wait and see what happens.
I mean, yeah, it remains to be seen if they ever actually do pull from it. But
if we see force wielders riding down starships with no apparatus on, then we know. I see what you did there.
Yep.
One of the highlights of 2023 for me, obviously, was Andor. I mean, I was a champion of this show long before it came out. I had wanted this. I had thought and still think that Cassian Andor was the most interesting, compelling character of Rogue One, and they did not disappoint. I was not disappointed with season 1 by any means, but sadly, the Andor panel, not a whole lot to say. August 2024 for season 2, maybe.
Yeah, but there is one good thing there.
Kino Loy standing on stage. Yeah, Andy Serkis, Kino Loy himself standing on stage.
He made it out.
Do we presume that means he's returning?
I really hope so.
I hope so as well. He was a fantastic character.
Yeah. And there is a photo of him at one of the conventions floating around.
I saw
where he posed with a life preserver,
an orange and white life preserver, as he's signing a picture of him in the orange and white jumpsuit.
Yep.
Good natured about it though. Big smile when he's doing it. That's actually one of the things I loved when you're as a social media guy, and I'm in a bunch of different Star Wars related groups, is seeing all the pictures from all of the people who got to go to the show and these random, oh, look who I bumped into. And it's like literally, it's like selfies with like me and Favreau or, you know, me and Filoni. And like, man,
I saw one and it's like, I was waiting for my photo in the Emperor's chair and some VIP cut in front
of me. I got bumped. Yeah.
And there's Ian McDermott. I was like, oh,
bumped by the VIP. He's such a nice man too. I got his autograph once.
Nice.
Yeah. It's super, super nice.
Until you
Andor. Wow.
him.
Did we get through that fast? Wow, we really
40
did.
minutes.
Here we are, 38 minutes in, and we've just blown through all of our TV and movie news. Well,
I saw one movie there not a couple days ago.
What do you got?
The Super Mario movie.
Oh, did you go to it?
I did go to
I haven't seen it yet, so
it is awesome.
I know that our friend Eric, on Patreon, Eric has seen it.
John Leguizamo is being very vocal about it right now
because they didn't hire a Latino actor to play an Italian.
When asked if he was going to go see it, he replied with an emphatic hell no. But he's upset that there's not more inclusion in it. But how do you add more inclusion?
I don't know.
To an Italian plumber created by a Japanese guy fighting a turtle dragon.
Sorry.
And in the original film,
the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, in the original film, one of them was played by English actor Bob Hoskins.
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah.
Then, John Leguizamo, a Latino actor playing Luigi.
Luigi, right.
I mean, is it just he's upset that he didn't get a cameo? Maybe?
I don't know if it's necessarily that. I mean, why didn't we get an Italian actor to play Mario? Or Luigi for that matter. Like sure. I get where he's coming from. I don't necessarily know if the outrage is warranted.
It's a kids movie.
I'm right there with you. I'm neither here nor there, but when people voice this stuff, I can see the rationale behind it, but it's that just like in that latest Chris Rock thing that what was it called, the outrage, was it selective outrage, right? So I mean, is there a little bit of that going on?
I think
Sure,
so.
sure.
But like as far as Easter eggs and stuff go, it is littered with stuff going all the way back to Jumpman.
Oh yeah.
Like with the opening title for the Illumination,
Okay.
features a minion in a go-kart, and you get the Mario Kart starting like ding 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 ding.
Oh wow.
And it just keeps going from there.
Oh, that's awesome. Red says, going this weekend, did John Wick and D&D last night. Can't wait for Mario. If it does well enough, we may finally get a Zelda movie. I don't think you need to hinge the success of Super Mario Brothers or hitch a Zelda movie to that. I mean, certainly the success of any video game movie helps it.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of most successful video game movie, Super Mario Brothers. This one. Yeah.
Even better than Mortal Kombat.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I read it, and it's like it's in the hundreds of millions.
It did not. When I went opening night, and it was packed.
I think it's 300 plus globally this weekend that it brought in. Like it is like it's going to do fine.
Yeah, you're going to want to see it 2 or 3 times just to pick up on all the stuff that they put in there.
Now, I've been away from Mario for so long that, I mean, is there enough there for me who's maybe like only played like Super Mario Brothers, say 1, 2, and 3, as opposed to staying with the character all the way up till now?
There might be some stuff that is lost on you. Like they do run the whole gamut of games and the Mario Karts.
Oh, sure,
like
sure.
Paper Mario and.
Okay, so there's a little bit for everybody.
Like even the 80s TV show, or is it was it
the
80s
cartoon?
No, the live action one, the Super Mario Brothers show. They basically use the theme song from that as their fictional commercial in the movie.
So. That's cute. I was gonna say that's how you get stuff in there, like a ringtone, right? Like a
Yep.
Isn't that how they did it? The Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
With Stephen Amell's ringtone was. Yep. Yeah. Wow. We've come to the end of our celebration television and film news. However, we happen to be toy guys here at the show, here at Fandom Power. So there was a lot of toy news, so much so that I did not have enough time to put all the slides together that I wanted to. So for all you Star Wars vintage collectors out there, I'm sorry. I've thumbed my nose at you because in my collection there is only Black Series.
But to be fair, they are really putting a hurting on the wallet situation.
Well, absolutely. I just pulled the trigger on 5 figures this week at $44.99 a piece.
Oh.
And these are regular releases, so I mean that's your Toys R Us standard pricing now for 6-inch Hasbro. Yeah. But yeah, so let's get into some toy news. Now, again, in no particular order, but hey, I said we were going to go back to Indiana Jones, and I meant it. There is a bunch of Adventure Series figures released, including my boy Short Round.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show every angle and every pose of these figures, but it looks like the assortment that's coming here with some
6-inch size.
Yeah, Adventure Series is 6-inch. Yeah.
Nicely posable.
You would think.
Yeah.
Your mileage may vary. I leave that for you guys to decide if you like. I mean, it looks like that the shirtless one at least has butterfly joints there, so it looks relatively in line with what's going on with Marvel Legends. I don't. Again, mileage may vary. You decide if you're okay with the face sculpts on these. I, for one, at least on most of the indies, I'm like, ooh. But you can decide that. So we've got, it looks like indie from pretty much every era.
Yeah.
We've got sort of, looks like a Raiders look. We've got him from Temple of Doom with no shirt.
I would say the machete one is also from Temple, where he's about to chop the bridge.
Chopping the bridge. And I guess the monkey would be too. And it looks like the last one is old indie. Looks like maybe from Dial of Destiny.
Maybe.
And I believe the woman, that's his goddaughter character from the upcoming movie.
Okay.
Love the skull with the 3 Shankara stones, though.
Kind of a missed opportunity not to have the chief, though.
Oh, Molaram.
Yeah.
I think Molaram's getting a figure.
I hope so.
I would think that he would be. I mean, what
Maybe he can
Indiana Jones line would be complete without one?
Maybe he can come in a 2-pack with Willie.
Maybe.
Willie in the cage.
Speaking of diorama stuff, now, I mean, come on, Hasbro. Where is my diorama or my build a thing in my Black Series? Like, you're doing it with Indy, a line that has a very limited scope. Why are you not doing this with Star Wars? But you get the pedestal there with the, or the plinth with the fertility idol.
Yep.
Complete with the bag of sand. Now, when we were looking at this earlier in the week, it did say that dioramas sold separately. So I don't know if these are actual build-a-figure pieces, or you just buy the dio piece separately and now it's in your collection.
Because I know the first wave of these Indiana Jones, you built the arc.
They did the arc, so I would presume that these are going to be build something.
Yeah.
Or
maybe a special edition version of him, or
a
deluxe.
And of course, look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Recreating that iconic scene. I love you, Dr. Jones. Indy. Yeah. And the Shankara stones looking like some foam earplugs right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that looked pretty good.
DIY your own.
Yeah, really. Get a 2-pack in Belloc and Marcus Brody.
There you go.
I think that's pretty cool. Marcus looks
more suit guys.
He looks all right. Yeah, exactly. All the customizers out there going, oh, what can I build with those guys? What's next here? Is that the last? Oh no, that's not. We got more.
Oh, that's the last.
That is the last one. Okay, I could not find the official product solicitation photos. I knew I had seen them, and I should have screenshotted them earlier. This is another case of like, I don't know if this was for celebration or just sort of
ahead of
it.
But they released so much.
It was in the last week. We're getting season 2 versions of the Bad Batch.
Nice.
Don't know if I'm going to buy them.
No?
I love them. Don't know if I'm going to buy them. I got my season 1 guys. I think they look good. Bad Batch. Did you hear?
Confirmed for one more season?
Season 3 will be the last. Wow, that's a pretty cut short. Clone Wars got revived twice, 2.5 times to go to season 7.
Yeah, but if this is like literally Clone Wars season 8 and 9,
the 3rd season of Bad Batch
would be 10.
Well, we've got a lot to cover.
We just got the Clone Rebellion to deal with.
Yeah, really. Watch, it'll be less episodes but longer run times.
Maybe.
I do like the look of the Omega figure. I think she looks a lot more natural this time around. Looks more like an actual human child.
Yeah.
And less like, let's try to imagine what a cartoon would look like if it was a real person.
Yeah.
Looks like the heads for the other two, they look like straight up reuses. But what's cool about these is that the bodies are not straight up
sculpt.
I had speculated back at the beginning when we did our breakdown on the
new costuming.
The new costuming, where these are going to be straight up repaints. That's not the case.
No.
And although you can't see it in this photo, Wrecker actually has the other shoulder. Yeah. So I thought that looks pretty good. And of course, we get our other 3 to round out the wave. We get basically a blank Republic Commando.
Mm-hmm. Your army builder.
Exactly. I saw this today on a Facebook post. Somebody was talking about the Clone Commandos and why do they have like a socket on their forearm? And essentially, all the commandos are built on Hunter's season 1 body, and that's where his knife would have went. So they've just kind of done the old parts reuse. But hey, toy collectors, parts reuse. Yeah, you know that's how it goes.
It's gonna happen.
Of course it is. All right, moving right along. This is going to be a surprise for me because I don't even remember what order I put these together in. But yeah, so wait, I can't not move on without talking about my boy Tech.
Yeah,
they finally got it right. That is a new head with the goggles on the head permanently. So it's not like pull the head off and put the other one on. It's the helmet goes over
the goggles.
Yeah. So he will have goggles on all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, that one I might actually get.
Yeah, you're probably getting that one. Just for commemorative purposes.
If you've been a Black Series helmet collector, you're no doubt going to want to add this one to your collection. The 332nd.
Mm.
Let me go full screen on that. 332nd, I think it is, when they split the 501st and gave half of them to Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
So these are her the Ahsoka clones.
Nice.
I have one in my collection. I think got the Luke Skywalker helmet.
There you go.
But yeah, what else we got? Oh, okay. Revenge of the Jedi. So this is the working title. There was actually some marketing done for this.
Yep.
Before the title change, some of these posters got out. Revenge of the Jedi. So now you're getting a Darth Vader figure in the Revenge of the Jedi deco, which includes the red-ish
Red
glow
tones to them. Yeah.
And to me, like, that's fine. You collect how you want to collect, but to me, this feels like
another repaint.
Well, the credit collection.
Yeah.
The credit collection uses
the exact same figure,
the tones of the credit artwork.
Yeah.
And that's how I see this. I don't collect the credit collection. It's not for me, but if it's for you, I hope you enjoy this figure. It's not for me.
Fair enough. Now, funny though, the Revenge of the Jedi poster is usually visible in the early seasons of the Goldbergs.
Oh, yes, it is. It is. That's right. Sticking with the Skywalkers, we're getting a go back at Luke here. It's Jedi Luke. This is obviously an improved body. It's got the butterfly shoulders, but this is for the 40th anniversary, another Luke Skywalker. But this goes all the way back to like the blue wave or the orange box.
Ooh.
When they did this the last time. Looks like he's got the same swappable chest piece, so you could have him like lapel flap up or flap down. I guess. Luke Skywalker, if you need another one to add to your collection, by the way.
There you go.
I do not. I just added the Mandalorian Luke this week, which is pretty much
the same Luke.
That Luke with a black cloak instead of a brown cloak. So that's becoming my default Jedi Luke.
There you go.
Not this one. All right. This one caught me off guard when I saw it. And I mean, all jokes aside, okay, take a minute, get it out, have a laugh, because yes, that is what you're seeing.
R2D2 on Viagra.
Yeah, R2D2. R2CL. No.
Went for the name brand pill.
Okay. The way that I have seen this explained online, and I actually buy this, that because we've never seen his head extend like that.
No.
The idea is that, in fact, maybe we have. That
without
this is being
knowing it?
Yeah, this is being called the N1 Starfighter configuration for R2D2. That we know, just looking at the shell of the fighter, that there's no way that an astromech droid can fit into the droid socket because their shoulders would be outside of the tube.
Yeah.
This actually makes it work. You put the body inside, it fits in where the hull is sloped wide enough, and then just extend the head up through the hatch in the top. Not saying that I like it, but it does solve an actual in-universe kind of like, oop, we kind of made a blunder there. Funny they don't do the half chopped off body one for him to fit in the droid, the Jedi Starfighter. Have his legs hanging out the bottom. Yeah, but again, R2D2, this will sell.
Of course it will.
This will sell. When I was when we still had the store open, and they did the 40th anniversary Star Wars re-releases on the vintage cards, the R2D2 was the one that went like mad because he's only been released just a handful of times in the Black Series. So if you didn't get another droid pack, another astromech droid that you repainted into an R2, like, he's only been issued twice before. I think twice, maybe three. Not like the 40 Lukes that we've got.
Yeah.
Of course, there is lots of reuse and reissue and stuff like that. Getting another Darth Vader. And of course, this one is for the 40th anniversary. That, to me, looks like a Sebastian Shaw head.
Yeah.
I presume it is. Unlike the last time we got a removable helmet Vader, this one looks like it's going to have the with the samurai portion off, but still have the face mask on, which that's kind of cool. I like my Vader to be fully lethal.
Fully
So,
Vadered up.
again, this one's not for me. When I have to pick and choose at $45 a figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not my Vader. But hey, you collect how you want to collect. And again, talking about reissue, I can't tell you if there's anything going on here that you don't already own. The Imperial Royal Guard, this guy's been issued at least twice. He got a single carded release. He got a re-release in a multi-pack with the evolution of the guards, which included, it started with the Senate Guard, the Royal Guard, the force using guy, and then it ended with the one of the Praetorians. But for sure he's been issued at least twice. The body's been reused in the comic packs for Carner Jacks. So I don't know if there's anything new going on. It doesn't look like there's anything new going on here.
I have to wonder if they're going to re-release this one in blue.
Why blue?
You know, back in Revenge of the Sith, it was basically the same figure, was it not? Just red and blue.
The blue guys were the if you took the put the like a Roman, more style Roman helmet on it with the plume and give him a rifle, that was the Senate Guard back in the Phantom Menace. And then by the time we got to Revenge of the Sith, they were full on red.
Okay.
Just like that, yeah. When Yoda kind of boom.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. Getting a book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane.
For everybody that missed him the first time around.
Or for everybody that,
or the second time around, I guess.
We got two versions of Cad Bane. I got this Clone Wars version. I personally did not mind the change.
Interpretation.
Yeah, not at all. It didn't bother me at all.
He's that much older, right?
Yeah. So he's going to be a little lighter skin tone, but yeah,
a little less vinegar in him.
He's less pickled. Book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane. I'm excited for this one. Hopefully he comes back, by the way.
I hope so.
His chest thing was flashing.
Moving.
The flashy thing was flashing.
That's right.
Oh, man. This is another one. This one makes me laugh. If you are the type of person that is into vintage style packaging, then this is totally
right
for
up your
you.
alley.
But this is the convention exclusive Jabba from like 10 plus years ago that they did with Salacious Crumb, who doesn't even look like he's got any added additional paint apps, although he might. That version also came with the hookah pipe and the railing. No sled, no dais.
Yeah.
So you still have to either 3D print one or make one yourself. But this is straight up a straight up reissue with vintage style packaging. But I guess that's okay.
Yeah, if you need one.
How many more do I got left here? Oh, I still got
a couple more.
Oh my gosh, I got a few more. Let's go to the next one here.
Ooh.
Force Spirits. Force Spirits.
Spooky.
Now, again, these ones aren't for me. I don't care about the Force Spirits. If I want interpretations of the characters that actually look like the characters. And again, this is probably one of the most controversial scenes in the film that
special edition.
Well, that Hayden got swapped in there. It is what it is.
Yep.
That being said, like I have this thing. Two things I don't like: non-transforming Transformers and translucent figures. We've already gotten the Spirit of Obi-Wan before. I didn't buy it then. I'm not going to buy it now. And I'm confused here because it looks like there's a 3-pack, but then there's another one that looks like there's three carded individual releases.
Unless it's going to be on that card jammed together within that pack.
Inside. Oh, that's possible.
You could stack them side by side like that.
That is possible. The Hayden head sculpt looks like a new head sculpt.
It could be.
The Yoda, that looks like the Amazon exclusive Yoda that came with Dagobah training Luke. So it's the much smaller one, not the larger one.
Yeah.
So that I like. But again, I don't need Force Spirit figures. No.
How are you going to reenact it?
I'm not. I'm not. It's going to sit on my shelf. That's what. What else we got here? Okay. Ooh. This one came out of nowhere. I saw this and I don't think this was really, I don't know if this was revealed at the show or not. Again, this is one of those, this might have been adjacent to Celebration, but basically Old Man Maul. Old Man Maul. He's a gaming great. The first pictures I saw of this, did not include packaging. So I was having troubles in interpreting. Is this like Rebels? What is this? No, it's a Star Wars Battlefront 2 version of Maul. Now, I did not play as Maul in that game, so I have no idea how this stands up to the game, but that is what I am told that it is.
Fair enough.
The other kind of neat one, and this is going to be the second time we're getting another Galaxy's Edge figure. This is Doc Ondar. Doc Ondar runs a trading post at Spire at the Black Spire Outpost. That is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge theme park, where he deals in antiquities. But what's cool is he is an Athorian, so a vintage style hammerhead probably is not far behind.
Probably not
getting this one. Again, though, Galaxy's Edge. So will we get them in Canada like we did the last ones?
Maybe.
They went to Toys R Us. I don't know. But he comes with what looks like both a Jedi and a Sith holocron, as well as a Phase 1 clone trooper helmet and whatever that sword sticky pike thing is. Yeah, Doc Ondar. If you've been to Galaxy's Edge, you may have seen this guy. All right, this is the one thing for all you vintage series guys. I had to throw it in there because I was like, oh,
this is cool.
If I was ever going to buy something from the vintage collection, it might be this. Didn't buy the Razor Crest,
but
hey, maybe this one. And this one, you'll be able to go and buy it at a store.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love vehicles, and I've owned or bought pretty much everything except for Ray's junk speeder in the Black Series. But man, 6-inch vehicles are not space friendly.
No.
This looks pretty cool though.
It
does have Grogu's pod on the top. I don't know if
there's an altering droid socket.
Yeah, like can you take the dome off and stick a droid in there? I don't know.
It for R5's head.
I don't know. And then I think what have I got? I got one more here, I think. Oh no, did I not put it in?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what did I do?
What'd you forget?
I have a picture. I gotta find it now because I can't not show it. They showed off at the convention. They showed in the Hasbro what do you call it? Their panel. They had a pipeline of what's coming down the line, and there was some stuff in there. I was like, oh, we need to talk about that.
Fair enough.
I don't know where I put it.
Somewhere.
How did I not? What did I do?
I don't know.
That's okay. I'm going to find it here. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves while I go through this.
No problem. So, anybody out there seen any good movies this week?
There it is. There it is. Now, how did I forget that?
I found out this week that when you subscribe to TV, you get Crave as a bonus.
What do you mean?
So I'm subscribed to Crave on TV.
Okay.
And I can get into the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you should. If you're paying for it, you should have access to it.
Didn't realize it was there, but
how can I do this? Can I put this in? It'll look like it's going to look like crap because it's a telephone. It's a phone screenshot, but I'll put it in here as a
throw it in as an overlay.
At least you can see what I'm talking about here. Apologize for that. Let me just take a second here and get this going. Oh, the spinning wheel of thinking about it.
It doesn't take too long to think.
Man, if you're just joining us now, we just talked about sort of the highs and lows of Star Wars Celebration that just happened over this past Easter weekend over in London, England.
Lots of toys.
Yes, a lot of toys. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to leave. Oh, that's going to work out just fine because it's a phone thing. Okay. They did show off the pipeline or what's in the pipeline coming. There's no context to these. There's no dates. There's no tooling to show. There are just, here's some faces you might recognize that we're working on for Star Wars Black Series 6-inch action figures. Here we go. Oh, that's an interesting mix of people. Oh, that picture is really, really not. Hopefully, if you're watching on a phone, I'm so sorry. If you're watching a big screen TV, maybe that looks okay. This top left one says it's a GameStop exclusive. Does that look like some form of General Grievous to you?
I would say so.
So if that's a GameStop exclusive, then that's a Gaming Greats.
Yeah.
So some version of Grievous. But look what's right beside that.
The scaled down version of the 6-scale Obi-Wan.
That's my Desert Nomad. Desert Nomad Obi-Wan. And I really, really hope that they lean into. Now I'm sure it's going to look exactly like it did, him riding the EOP into the desert. But if they can like include maybe some of the accessories that sideshow piece came with, the backpack with some of the clone armor hanging off of it. Oh, I'm so in for that. And it looks like, and that's going to be a Walmart exclusive. Along with that, it looks like we're going to get a Spirit of Qui-Gon Jinn figure as well.
For all the spirit collectors.
Yeah. However, bottom left, do you recognize that guy?
I can't say that I do.
That is that's pre-Vizsla.
Oh.
That's pre-Vizsla. That's Jon Favreau's ancestor.
That's not post-Vizsla.
No. Yeah, pre-Vizsla gonna get a release. Of course, that's probably gonna be built on one of the Mando bodies that we already have,
no doubt,
with the fancy new helmet. Also looks like a Kenobi series Vader, broken helmet Vader.
The I Hate You version.
Target exclusive. So that means watch Toys R Us here in Canada. And lastly, what looks like a 501st Trooper. But we've had the 501st Trooper before. So I don't know if this is going to be a reissue or there's going to be some extra stuff going on here.
It looks like it's going to be a Target exclusive.
Also as a Target exclusive, yeah.
So
Toys R Us here in Canada.
Maybe it'll be Fives.
Fives is an ARC Trooper.
Was he?
Yeah, he was an ARC Trooper. And they did, Fives got an ARC Trooper release once already.
Okay.
Based on the Rex body, I think.
Maybe another
Rex.
Rex.
I have to go to the shelf and look. Oh, because we need another Rex.
Oh. Need all the clones.
Well, that has been our look at sort of what happened over the weekend at Celebration. Man, if you guys are still with us, anything catch your attention this week that you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, I think we're almost ready to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
It's very, we pulled an hour off on that.
Let's talk about toys and Star Wars.
Yeah. I could talk about toys and Star Wars though for days. Well, all right then. I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with us for the last hour and 8 minutes or so. Hope you guys stick with us. As I said last week, I am out for the next, sadly, 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, which means I will not be here for the finale. But Andy and Hank will be here to hold down the fort, and they will be running the show without me. So that's going to be exciting. So I get to be a fan and watch a week after you guys do, because I'll be away on vacation. So I will be watching tomorrow's episode, though. I just don't get to comment. Yeah.
Right away. Well, you get to talk to us.
Well, if anything, what I can do is I can leave some reaction stuff this week before I leave.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great week. Do come back and see us and see Andy and Hank on Sunday when they do chapter 23 of The Mandalorian. And then Random Fandom next week. You got something lined up, I think?
I think as long as everything goes perfectly, we should have a special guest coming on.
Okay, so that's great. That's all squared away. And then, of course, we do have another guest that we're trying to line up down the road, but it's a case of, can I make 2 time zones work and all that other fun stuff, real world stuff.
Adulting.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm good to go. I hope you guys, again, have a great week. Have a great weekend wherever you are in the world. I hope the weather is awesome as it has been here for the last couple of days. But until next time, everybody, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll see you on the next one. So bye for now.